American educators cannot articulate to architects exactly what learning spaces for the future should look like. However, there is agreement that these environments should stimulate innovation and creativity. Spaces will consist of learners engaged in personalized tasks that are motivating and not generically designed. Hybrid learning spaces and digital courses will continue to gain popularity in education, as physical learning spaces will be reserved for the wealthiest and most needy learners. However, face-to-face learning is likely to prevail at the elementary level while children develop fundamental skills. Teachers and learners in Europe want future spaces to be flexible, durable, and sustainable. More specifically, a mix of comfortable seating and dynamic workstations with the most recent technology will be necessary to accommodate individual, pair, and group work. Inside institutions, educators and learners will benefit from open spaces with mobile furniture that adjusts according to learning objectives. There will be a need for versatile environments that are smoothly integrated into life. Furthermore, learners will have access to desk-sized screens that will be used for seeking information and connecting with others. For example, these devices could be used to access software that focuses on individual difficulties or specific learning goals. Mobile technology will make learning spaces more flexible. Greater bandwidth will facilitate video-based learning, which can take place anytime and anywhere. Furthermore, individuals who wear glasses will use these devices as interfaces for personal mobile ICT. Participatory online learning will change the nature of traditional learning spaces. For example, learning will become more playful by integrating video games and digital storytelling. Online learning spaces will allow learners to role-play and use immersive simulation tools that prepare them for authentic problems. Simulation games allow learners to inhabit unknown worlds, create organizations and alliances, accumulate wealth, and build economies. By completing various games, learners will then be able to convert their points into credit towards entertainment or community activities. Public areas such as parks, trees, gardens, and graphics will be used as valuable learning spaces. These sites will facilitate both formal and informal learning. In addition, simulation tools and computer-based avatars will allow learners to visit sites and analyze factors contributing to environmental or health problems within or beyond their communities. Similarly, solar greenhouses will help learners understand alternate forms of energy. A flexible learning environment will help individuals develop key competences such as teamwork, problem-solving, decision-making, and entrepreneurship. Learners will no longer need to face the front of a classroom because the goal will be the collective pursuit of knowledge rather than its conveyance. Less rigid spaces will encourage the emotional sphere of education that is more holistic and focused on corporal experiences. Similarly, with lower student enrollment, there will be greater opportunity for parents and elders to enter and collectively engage in the learning process. A suitable design for a learning hub will be open, light, and desk-free. However, learning should not be restricted to the confines of educational institutions. For example, independent learning agents will create new spaces and facilitate collaborative learning. These individuals will coordinate learning tasks for people in various regions that may have something to offer each other. Learning will progressively occur in spontaneous groups as home and peer learning become the norm. Schools will no longer be the main location, but rather a hub for community learning. In these common spaces, learners, teachers, and community members will share responsibilities to address local needs. Learning spaces can then extend to create partnerships with local museums, cinemas, football clubs, or universities. Spaces will consist of pupils learning actively in environments that are connected through various networks. In these spaces, teachers instruct, facilitate, guide, and support as needed. Interdisciplinary projects can then be extended outside the classroom through online communities that share ideas and interactive resources. Although learning hubs will be connected globally, they should be designed with local decision makers to suit the needs of the community. Learning can then involve local cooperation or be used to develop cross-cultural intelligence. Teams of learners will virtually connect with individuals in different regions and countries. Learning this way will be beneficial because everyone has something they want to learn and something that they can teach others. Communication on a large scale will be facilitated by room-based systems that have 200 or more inch screens, or virtual worlds that can accommodate thousands of people in real time. The classic notion of education at an isolated campus with poor dorm rooms and bad food can no longer be justified. Learning spaces should not be designed generically and will need to consider curricula and the developmental needs of the learners. Perhaps we should stop thinking of schools as buildings and start thinking of learning as occurring in many different places. Learning spaces will continue to evolve and shift depending on workforce dynamics and societal trends. Despite the numerous settings for learning that will exist in the future, the human element will be as important as it has been in the past.